I know there's some really memorable stories. I was over 25 years at CNN. Tell us about 9/11. Tell us about some of those things.
I love you. I'm in the World Trade Center. The building was hit by something. I don't know if I'm going to get out, but I love you very much. I hope I'll see you later. Bye.
That message was left on your answering machine?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. What does he do, Laura?
He works for Cantor Fitzgerald, and he's a bond broker. And he was on the 102nd floor, and he left a message, and that's the last I heard from him.
Well, Laura, what must it be like to hear that?
It was just horrible. It was really just horrible. I could hear the terror in his voice, and he was trying to sound like he was calm for us, but you could hear the chaos in the background and the terror in his voice.
Tonight, aftermath of the unthinkable. Americans struggle to count the terrible cost of what the president calls acts of war and contemplate what comes next.
9/11 was unbelievable. I was on the air for 75 straight nights.
Good evening, I'm Larry King, and this is a special edition of Larry King Live. Firefighter James Grillo of the New York City Fire Department, as you can see, some injuries suffered. He was in the South Tower when it went down and lost several of his firefighter friends. Mr. Grillo, James, what was it like when you got there?
It was terror, sheer terror. Bodies were falling out of the sky. They were jumping off the 105th floor, and they were landing all over the street and the sidewalk. There was fear in everybody's eyes.
You also saw people jumping out of buildings, right?
Yes, they were jumping out from everywhere from the 70th floor above. It was horrible.
2 weeks later, I was at Ground Zero. The fire chief took me around all the rubble. How do your men and women handle finding body parts and all that? I mean, how do they?
Believe it or not, they're very happy to find them. You know, everybody's resolved to the fact that we're not going to rescue any of our guys. There's always that dream that there's something that's going to happen. But I think they're resolved to that. But they're happy now. We've gotten to the point, and we can't believe it, that we feel good if we tell a wife that we found remains of her husband.
It was the worst time to broadcast and the best time to. By best, I mean you're in the middle of the greatest story ever to hit America. And you're there asking about it. And you gotta have emotions, talking to people, firemen crying.
It's horrible, man. You get a kid like this, in your second year?
Yeah.
His second year on the job, you know? It took me 31 years to see something like this.
Not aware. They put Vicks vapor rub under nose.
There's still like over 5,000 bodies still there, and we haven't found them. That's how much destruction it is.
And you could smell.
You could smell it, yes. That's why they give us this. They give us the Vicks. Put it under the nose, so we can, it'll take away from the stench.
That's a day that we'll never forget. Everyone will remember where they were. That was a rough time.